Hey guys, welcome back to another Airsoft Station video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the ASG Scorpion EVO 3A1 BET, which stands for Barrel Extension Tube Edition. Let's get right into the video. Okay guys, now to start us off, this is a very cool product that has been put out by ASG and is licensed by CZ themselves. So that's a very cool thing. So to start us off, you're going to be like, well Anthony, what's so cool about this? The gun's made in Denmark. You're like, well, what do you mean? Well, no, the gun is made in Denmark, not Taiwan, not China, Denmark. Please note that all the attachments that we have on here, including the sight and the foregrip, are going to be extra. So these do not come in the box, but we've added them on here to make them look cool. And also, I like it because it's a lot easier to handle. If you're interested in them, there will be a link in the description below. The gun does come with a pair of iron sights, so do be aware of that. You won't have to go out and buy a pair. It does come with a pair, and they are very nice, which is cool. This has a couple different things going for it, and let's show them off. So obviously it is longer, but with that being said, there are two different models. We do have the one with the integrated suppressor, or we do have the one with the regular long barrel. Significantly, this is going to, number one, provide you with more rail space on the top and the bottom and the sides, but it's also going to have the longer barrel, so that way it's more accurate at longer ranges. And when I say longer barrel, we're talking over 400 millimeters, so that's pretty significant change from the other gun that they have, the smaller SMG version. Now, there are a couple really awesome features that are on this gun that are that you see a lot of on real steel guns, but you don't see them a lot on Airsoft, and we're going to get into those. So to start us off, this has a functional bolt catch. And once you run out of ammo, the gun will cut power and it will not fire. So you have to change the magazine, put in a new magazine, and then hit the bolt catch like you're simulating you're chambering a new round, and then continue to fire, which is a very cool, realistic feature that they added to the gun, and it doesn't require that much extra operation to get it to work, and after some practice, you can get fairly quick with it. Now, like I said, gun does come with a 75 round magazine. These are mid-caps, so do keep that in mind. You will probably want to pick up a couple extra, because you are going to probably burn through quite a bit of ammo, because the gun is very fun to shoot. Now, shooting-wise, the gun does shoot semi, burst, and full auto, as well as safe. So the burst is very significant because, especially when you're trying to conserve ammo with these 75 round magazines, you're still able to get a really good, decent rate of fire, but you can also be very conservative with your ammo as well. Okay, now moving on, the gun does have a very nice collapsible stock here. So if you have a smaller gun bag, you can certainly fold her up, get her to fit in there just fine, and it collapses out if you are a taller person. Not like myself. I like having everything very short, keeping it compact, which is very nice, but hey, stock comes out if you want to use it. We have ambidextrous fire selector, ambidextrous magazine release, and an ambidextrous charging handle. Charging handle, you say? Yes, it is ambidextrous. So let's go through and show. So to start us off, ambidextrous fire selector. The gun does have a very nice ambidextrous magazine release, almost like an AK or an MP5, but it has its own little unique flair on it. It's got these very nice little ridges on the side so your finger doesn't slip, especially if you're wearing gloves. This would be extremely nice. It does have a flared magazine well, so you can fit the included 75 round magazine in there fairly easily. Now moving on to the charging handle. To rack it, you just simply pull this back and it locks up. You push it down, hit the bolt catch, comes forward. And if you would like to make this ambidextrous, you can simply take this assembly and flip it over to the other side. If you can see, there is a cutout where you would flip it. So if you are a lefty, this is going to be a very interesting and good product for you to try and pick up if you like operating your gun purely left-handed. Let's go ahead and talk about the rail system and the two different models that we have. One has the integrated suppressor, one does not. So, rail space. This is going to provide you with a plethora of rail space that was not available on the shorter gun. You're going to have multiple spots. You're going to be able to put M-lock. As you can see on the bottom, you have multiple ladders. I believe you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ladders of M-lock on the bottom and 3 on the sides, as well as the plethora of rail space on the top for pack boxes, lasers, flashlights, anything that your little heart desires. Now let's move ahead and go and talk about the stock here. So the stock is collapsible, so you can hit the button just like the other versions that are on the market. This is collapsible, so if you need to fit it into a smaller gun bag, that's perfectly fine. Or it does collapse out, and you do get a couple different positions. So I believe that's all the way out. There is a middle spot, and there's close. I like it close because I'm a lot shorter. I'm only probably about 5'8", 5'7", so it does work a lot better for shorter people to have the stock collapsed in. The grip is also very comfortable, and it does have its trademarked CZ on there as well, and you can see CZ Scorpion if we're talking about trademarks. We'd also like to point out that this does have ASG's MOSFET fire control unit, so it's going to provide unparalleled trigger response, gearbox longevity, and it's going to be great for LiPo batteries. Speaking of LiPo batteries, they do recommend you use an 11-1 with this gun to get the best performance you can out of it. The gun is also going to come with ASG's very nice high torque ultimate motors, so it's going to be very great. It's going to be able to pull whatever upgraded spring you're going to put in there, whether you're going to be putting an M130, or if you're doing CQB, you could drop it down an M100 if you need to get it below 340. Now, to access this quick change spring, all you're going to have to do is fold your stock, and you're going to have access to this nice little access panel here where you're going to be able to put a Allen wrench, and this is a 6mm Allen wrench. You're going to stick it in, push, and then you're going to slide the stock up. Slide the stock up, the stock will come off. You simply take this, stick it in, rotate, and it'll pop right out, and you'll have access to your spring guide here. Back together, you just simply put your spring back, take your spring guide, insert, push in, and twist. And put your stock back on. Correctly, don't be like me where you put it on backwards. Slide on, push, and you're done. Now moving on, I think it's about time we go take it to the chrono range. Let's go see how she performs. Now one thing I'd like to do before we go is I'd like to show you how to put the battery inside of the gun. Now you will need a specific ASG LiPo battery, the one that they recommend, which we have. A 1300 milliamp 25C 11-1 with a 14.43 WH. The Gen 2. So this is going to be the battery that they recommend. It is a nunchuck style LiPo battery, so let's go ahead and get that installed. Now to access your battery space, twist your suppressor off. Long threads. Nice though, because then it won't come off. There we go. This will access your outer barrel, and then your stock slides off. Be careful when you're taking this off because the charging handle will pop out, and there is a spring behind the charging handle that you want to be careful not to lose. There we go. Okay guys, now to install the battery, now that we have the handguard and the suppressor taken off, you're going to take the battery. This is the 11-1. You're going to want to make sure that you have the one that has the black wire and the red wire. You're going to put them together, and these are the ones you're going to insert first. Now it's exceptionally important that you have these wires. There's a little notch. Pull them to the side and insert these two cells. You're going to insert them all the way in. Make sure it doesn't get caught on the charging handle part right here. And they all fit in like that. And shove them in as far as they will go. Now, before you shove it all the way in, make sure to connect your plug. Now this third cell will not fit, but you're going to shove the Tamiya plug in there. Okay guys, now that you have the battery inserted, you're going to want to make sure that you have your two cells like I explained. You're going to want to make sure that you have all of your wiring tucked inside of there as best you can. And now you're just going to take the handguard, slide everything together, jiggle, and it's on. And reattach your suppressor. And you're ready to go. Now some final thoughts I'd like to say about the gun. It is a very nice gun. Like I said, you do kind of struggle to put the battery in, but once you get the battery space figured out and how to insert it, it gets a lot quicker and it's a lot easier to use. Like I said, highly recommend picking up the LiPo batteries that they recommend with this. Link in the description as well. Very good gun overall, great ergonomics. I love the MOSFET, love the high torque motor, love all the internals. It's overall a really nice high-end AEG if you're looking for something cool to add to your collection. Thanks guys, we'll see you in the next video. But wait, before you go, don't leave me quite yet. Don't forget to go ahead. You gotta go ahead, hit like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon, do all that extra stuff so you can see me all the time. And also you wanna get notified every time we post a video, don't you? Come on, yes you do, of course. Okay, now you can click away from the video. Bye guys!